And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
All right, what is up, everybody? Good evening. Welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live on this Friday evening. No game, but we're here, Glenn. Let's talk a little bit about we could talk about the state of the club, maybe get into the upcoming series. I think they're going to be important, with the A's and the White Sox. We talked a little bit about last night. Hey, you might have to win 5 in a row for them to even to be in the talk of just getting the third wild card. The first and second, I think, is pretty much out of reach. What do you think about that? Whoop, he disappeared on me. Where'd he go? You disappeared on me. So what do you think?
What do I think? I say tear it down to the studs and rebuild it. Remodel, rebuild. Buy the piece of property for the property alone. Tear that structure down. And let's build a 3-level condo. That's my motive today. Before we went to air, we'll touch on it a bit during the show, Eric. Before I went to air, I was throwing out names to you because the other day I sat at Oracle Park and I reminisced in one of our broadcasts this week how enjoyable it was to sit there in section 321 and gaze up at the standings and the scoreboard and the lineup. The lineup caught my eye. And I said, God, this is weak, Eric. This is weak. Made me think back, reflect a little bit on the Alex Cobbs of the world, the Spencer Bivens of the world, the Dalton Jeffries of the world. Oh, the Jackson Reese of the world, the Lucianos of the world. Now we've got Grant McCrae. I should be excited, right?
Yeah.
I'm taking a peek more. I'm taking more so a peek over here at the over-under. How long will it be here?
Yeah. It's a good point. I mean, honestly, it's a good point. Yeah, they bring them up. How long do they stay up?
Putting them in, taking them out. Putting them in. You know what? Tear it all the way down and bring them all in. Because this is just, you and I, we've always thrown the term out, the plan. What is the plan? We're back on that again today because there's no game. Nothing to talk about. We can harp on what is the plan, Eric Romo?
Yeah.
Is the
tell
plan,
me, man.
Is the plan to continue bringing guys in and rotating them? They're like the door at Safeway. You walk in and it rolls around. You walk right back out again. That's all we've got here, Eric.
But that's the problem, Gun, and this is why I keep going after Farhan, because until Farhan is replaced, this is the type of baseball that you're going to get here in San Francisco. That's just what it is. I mean,
it's the writing on the wall.
Is it though? That's the problem, man. We all see it. We all see it.
Eric, where's my schedule? Eric, take a look at that. Take a look at that.
Yeah, that ain't going to be easy, man.
You telling me on the 30th of September, it's out with the old and figure out who's coming in?
Okay, Glenn, can you count on that schedule? How many series are left, counting with the A's? How many series are left?
Including our series this weekend.
Yes.
Series.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. I can count. Hang on. I believe there's 13.
13 out of those 13 series.
You count them up. Are you ready? Maybe easier. I just don't want to make a mistake. Don't want to start out of the gate on the wrong foot here tonight. Because I make one mistake and all hell breaks loose in the chat. Oakland.
Yep.
Chicago.
Okay.
Seattle. Milwaukee. Miami. And on the 1st of September, we'll be at the Miami game.
Yep.
Okay. Then you've got Arizona, San Diego, Milwaukee. San Diego, second time in the month of September. Baltimore. Kansas City, Arizona. We close with St. Louis. That is 13 series.
13. Okay, so we got 13 series. Take a guess at how many of those series are teams under 500.
Under? Let me take a guess. 1, 2, 3.
And that's where it ends. Glenn,
I'm
that's where it ends.
I don't think there's anybody.
Nope. 3 series.
No one in September.
3 series of teams under 500. It's going to be the A's, the White Sox, and the Marlins. That's it. So you're going to play the Giants. The Giants are going to have to beat teams at or above 500 for 10 series the rest of the way out.
Wow.
It's not going to be easy.
Other than September 1st against Miami, the remainder of the schedule, the entire month of September, is against
tough. What's up, Tony?
500-plus teams.
Exactly. What's up, Justin? See a lot of guys in the chat. I see Carter. I see Eddie. I see D-Shot. More Katna. Adi, of course, is in there. Gilbert Gamboa. Lethal, of course, is always in here. Much appreciated, guys. It's not going to be easy, Jimmy. 100%. It's not, and it's not going to happen. That's why I said, look, what's up, Mo? It's baseball, so anything can happen. Look, baseball is weird, but it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, man.
Another amazing stat, Mr. Eric. Another amazing stat that I'm glad one of our viewers has brought to the forefront. How about Justin saying that the Giants are batting 167 since July with runners in scoring position? I didn't realize it is that bad. It is that bad.
It's bad.
And I think, Eric, they pull the wool over our eyes. This team wins. And
with home runs,
us.
They win with home runs. If they don't hit the home run, they don't seem to win. That's what.
And we're not even a home run hitting. We're not even a home run hitting team, Eric.
Again, I'm just going off memory
this week.
Yep, I'm just going off memory. I'm just going by what I remember when watching games. When the Giants hit a lot of home runs, of course they're going to win. But it's the hits with runners in scoring position. That's pathetic, man. That is pathetic.
It's funny you mentioned that. Now let's go over a few things. Class is in session.
Oh, okay.
You say we got to win with the home run, the long ball. Are we a home run hitting team? No. Are we a speed team?
No. Are we an average team? Like hit batting average? No.
Below average. Can we compete and take advantage of opportunities? Basically runners in scoring position.
No.
No, and now, not at all.
There are times when our pitchers will keep us in the game, but the lineup can't. That's the issue with this team. When a pitcher can keep you in the game, the lineup doesn't back them up. Now, yesterday, Logan Webb's usually been victim of this, but the Giants were able to put up run. Again, they had a few home runs to help them. I mean, I think if I'm not mistaken, 4 of the runs came off home runs, right? With the 2, I think each home run had a guy on base, if I'm not mistaken. So 4 of the 6 runs, I believe, were because of the long ball. Man, this is why this team is not good. And it's been like this the whole season. Look, come on, man. We're on August 16th. The team is who it is.
If I look like Popeye and I paint myself green and look like a superhero, you go, holy cow, you look like the Hulk. If I put on a black mask and a black cape, my tights, you'll say, holy cow, Batman. If I dress up in my Spidey outfit and start web slinging, you'll go, hey, it's the Amazing Spider-Man. At least I have an identity, Eric.
Correct. Right. The Giants don't have one right now. The Giants really do not have an identity. None. That's a great point. I like that. That's a really good point, Glenn, because there is no, okay, you got 2 good starting pitchers, but then that's it. What other do you, I mean, Blake Snell is your identity to an extent. Ooh, D-shot there. Well, look at that. Perfect. Giants haven't had an identity all season. Have they have an identity ever since Farhan has taken over? To be honest, let's be honest, guys. Have they?
No.
Marginal. That's average. If that's what you want to say, the identity is 500. That is the identity of this club over the last 6 years.
And Justin Kerwin, look what he says tonight. Giants tied with Cubs for 20th with 128 home runs. That's not a lot. And believe it or not, they're actually at 20th, Eric. Off the top of my head, if this was a game show, I'd say 27th? No. 29th? No. 20th?
20th in home run. And I think we looked at it yesterday in batting average. They're 16th. Their ERA as pitching, I think last I looked, I think it was 24th. I don't know what it is now. But it's oh, brother.
We'd be a home run hitting team if we had Aaron Judge here. And I was listening to one of the radio stations today, Eric, and I think it was just the hosts. They were bantering while I was driving over to Daly City. And the basic conversation was a along the lines of what we've said on the show countless times over the past 2.5 weeks of our existence. Why do they? And that is, we're just babies. We're in swaddling clothes.
Infants. Yeah, you said that. We're infants, man.
How many followers?
We are at 257 subscribers.
Right on. Later in the show, we'll talk about our first giveaway. It's coming up next week. But I digress. They were talking on the radio today about something we discussed, something I think I brought up in the show, and that is when people say, "Oh, this is a pitcher's ballpark. Nobody can hit home runs here." We can't hit home runs here.
Yeah.
The Royals can.
Yeah.
The Yankees can. The Blue Jays sure did. Jesus, Ernie Clement was knocking out a couple a night over here.
He did. He knocked out 2 in one game.
And
Ernie Clement, who the hell's he, man?
This club continues to, nitpick, if you will. Home run here, home run. It's just not enough. That's why I say you can't say that our home run hitters are the identity of this club. No. Stop with the BS.
Correct.
Stop with
I agree with that.
Too many people are trying to paint this picture, a Picasso, when somebody's already gone in and thrown the soup over the whole thing.
Fair enough. I like what you're saying there, Glenn. That's a great point. You want to talk about an identity about a team, the New York Yankees, for example. What's their identity? Man, they're freaking mashers, right? Mashers.
And they got me, Eric. I got to admit, they got me. I said that they would go 1-3 this week, didn't I, against Atlanta? They got me. They did this. They roped me in.
They roped you in, man. I didn't believe it. What did I say?
I'm up to it. I'm wising up.
What did I say? If they split, they'd be lucky.
Wisen up.
What is up, Rocks? Hey, guys, real quick. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I put a new video up out there. A little brief history on Mr. Alex Pompez. Hopefully, you guys take a look at it. It's pretty cool. It's only about 5.5 minutes long. What's up, Bogser?
Hey.
Heroku.
Hey. Hey, is there any reason? I don't know about the technical aspects of this show, Eric. You're the guy behind the curtain over there running this show. I'm the mouthpiece.
Yeah, you're the.
I'm bringing it tonight.
You are. Holy crap.
But
what's up, Chardon?
Is there any reason why later on near the end of the show you can't just play that video for us here?
I could play it. How about we play it through our YouTube channel? Then we could get a view out of it. How about that?
All right.
I can't upload it, but yeah, we could play it a little bit later. Sure.
I'm just curious if the guys wanted to see that. We're not going to be on for 2 hours tonight.
Yeah.
Because of course, if you're just joining us, no game today. Heroku. Yeah, Heroku. Yeah. He thought this was a playoff team before the season. Eric, let me go back to days of another era, if you will, for lack of a better word.
Days of another.
Who was the guy who said the team would not make the playoffs and said this team would start at 4 and 10 to start the year?
That was you. Yeah, you did say that. Yeah, you said
that. So Heroku, I said this team was not going to make the playoffs this year, and I said they would start with a record of 4 and 10, I believe, or 4 and 9. I believe, Eric, did they not start 5 and 8?
Something like that. Yeah, somewhere around there, give or take.
It was terrible right from the get-go in San Diego, then to Los Angeles, then at home against San Diego. Eric, I knew it. I called it.
You did.
The only thing I liked on this ball club, that went up in smoke, and that was I jumped on the Jung Hoo Lee bandwagon.
Yeah.
Liked what I saw, but Jesus, if he can't stay healthy, and he was the guy we shelled out the money to.
Correct.
He was gone.
Correct. That sucked.
I had somebody say to me yesterday, I should have brought it onto the show. We got through a lot of stuff last night. A lot of people were venting. You and I were venting the last 2 nights, in fact. Been a good, good source. Man. We should have a leather chair and be charging $120 an hour.
I tell you what, Glenn, you just triggered something in my mind. You're talking about Jung Hoo Lee. If Jung Hoo Lee never got hurt, like we're good. We'll do a little counterfactual here stuff, or not counterfactual. What is it? I can't remember. We're talking about basically what ifs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's counterfactual.
I know you're going with this.
So if Jung Hoo Lee did not get injured, would Elliot Ramos be an all-star? I say no.
I say if Jung Hoo Lee hadn't gotten hurt, this would be a Jung Hoo Lee and an old-timers team. We'd have all our old-timers in there, Eric.
And how many more losses
Slater,
would we have?
there would have been no changes this year.
Yeah. And how many wins did Ramos account for, especially when they went on that one road trip back in Pittsburgh and the Mets? He was a big part of it. You know, how many less wins would they have had if it wasn't for Ramos? I mean, it's granted, you can't really, it's a bunch of what if stuff, but it's interesting. It's interesting. This team, man. Yeah, exactly. Ramos wouldn't even be. I bet you he'd still be in Sacramento.
How many wins we got, Eric? How many wins on the board so far?
Oh, damn good question. Let's look.
If you can bring that up, I'm looking it up as we speak. But I thought you might have.
I think we're right at 500. 62 and 62.
So we got 62 wins, Eric. Little bit of smoke and mirrors. I don't think we're a 62 win team.
You know what's funny how you say that? One thing we noticed that the team has sucked for the most of the season, but they always had those moments where they begin to suck you in a little bit. Oh, are they getting something done? You know, they go on a run for about maybe 2 weeks, right?
Exactly.
A couple of series, 2 or 3 series, and you're like, oh, okay, maybe they're starting to get it together.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden the bottom falls out again, and then it's just enough to kind of bring you, but just also get out of here.
Eric, but I, everybody in the chat, for the most part, don't get mad at me. I'm just in general. You and I, Eric, you and I are fools. You and I are the ones who always fall for it because, hey, look at this. We're winning. We can make. You and I don't stop, take a deep breath, and go, well, let's see. We're beating those teams that Eric said are the worst teams in the league. We're not seeing it for what it is.
Yes.
We're not seeing the forest for the trees. Oh boy, this is a winning club. Yeah. Who you beaten lately?
Yeah. Correct. Right. Exactly. Eddie, what's up, Eddie? Good to see you in here, man. Says, hey, can we still lose 100 games and get Farhan fired?
No, we're back on that. You know what?
I understand. You know what? I'll tell you what. I can understand that thinking because people want Farhan to be gone, and everyone feels. Look at that, rocks with Metallica. Everyone feels like if the team doesn't tank, that we're stuck with Farhan. That's the extreme where a lot of Giants fans are going. And that is telling. If fans are going, you know what? I hope the Giants freaking lose it because we want to get rid of Farhan. When the team, or I should say the organization, the ownership should see that before fans start thinking that and say, you know what? I don't think Farhan's the right choice. No matter what no matter how the Giants finish this season, I think Farhan needs to go, man. He needs to go.
Yep.
Needs to go. I'll say it again. Needs to go. D-Shot says he doesn't even think the Giants get to 80. That might be a possibility, D-Shot. There is no doubt that could be a possibility. What did they finish last year? 79? What did they go last year? 79, 83? Something like that? Hey, Carter, we'll bring you in a little bit, man. I know you're trying to bring up those stats. It kind of doesn't look right, but yeah, we'll bring you on here in a bit.
You gonna bring him on?
Yeah, here, we'll bring him in a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not going to a San Francisco game until Farhan is fired, and a lot of people are saying that. Our good friend Michael Roeder says that he will not go to a Giants game until Farhan is gone. Hey, there he is. The man, speak of the devil. He says that very same thing. He will not go to a Giants game until Farhan is gone. That's kind of how you have to do it. You kind of have to do it that way. But the only problem is, do they really care about how many fans are showing up because they got Mission Rock across the cove? That's the problem.
We've heard so much about Mission Rock all season long.
And it's ridiculous.
The worst was, I don't know if you...
yeah, I saw it on the cover. Yeah.
You saw it on the TV the night I was watching the broadcast.
I couldn't believe it.
I couldn't make that game. It was a home game, which is rare, and I'm usually there for a home game. But I happened to not be at Oracle Park that night, and then they had Larry Bear in the Hawaiian Airlines studio behind home plate. Yeah, and they spent an entire inning as the pitches were thrown talking about Mich. They They gave up the call of the game and would randomly say, 2 outs and a fly ball. Yeah, so we've got these in, and all they did was talk about Mission Rock.
That's it. Nothing about the team.
Broadcast of baseball.
It's a baseball broadcast, and you're talking about freaking. That's what pissed me. At that point in time, I was like, "Well, there you go, guys." I was saying that even before Larry Baer came on and started talking about Mission Rock. We were saying that for years. Hey, it's more about Mission Rock than it is about what's going on in Oracle Park. That's the problem.
And Eric, if you're proud of the ball club, if you're ownership, or even a minority owner, and you're a proud owner, you go to a cocktail party and you're rubbing shoulders, obviously, with people with a hell of a lot of money than you and I will ever see.
Mm-hmm.
You're not always going to be talking business. You're going to be saying, hey, have you been over to the ballpark? Seen my team play? You'd be proud of it.
Right.
I don't think the ownership here even it's almost like, is it a write-off plan? Is it just it's second fiddle to other, like 26th in the investment portfolio? What is it?
You know what it is?
Does ownership even have a plan, Eric?
It's real estate. That's all they care about. The money that is being raked in by real estate. Gosh.
Well, they're charging me an arm and a leg for my sodas and my hot dogs. I don't see that money going onto the ball field.
Whoa, this deserves one of these right here.
And now, another Giant Sports Talk Live hot take from Senior Softball Games.
100% Senior. I remember him. This is about a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that first started to talk about Mission Rock. And I was like, what the hell is he talking about, this Mission Rock business? Had no idea what it was all about. And lo and behold, that's it is. That is the centerpiece of the San Francisco Giants right now. 100%. It's the real estate of Mission Rock. And I remember distinctly Senior bringing that up. We had a big discussion on it on NorCal. I mean, I can't remember. As a matter of fact, I think that's when Sean Proctor started just coming around on NorCal, and because he's a real estate guy and he was talking about it too. I was like, wow, maybe there is something to this. We didn't even know anything about it, because as a Giants fan, what do I give a crap about freaking real estate as a Giants fan? But Senior was talking about it, and Sean Proctor was talking about it, and I was like, wow, that can't be right? And look what's happening right before us. This is about, like I said, a year and a half ago. And then we just talked about it earlier. You got Larry Baer going on a broadcast, both on KMBR and NBC Sports Bay Area, talking about Mission Rock. Again, this ownership has to change. And unfortunately, when you have 33 approximately owners with 7 principal owners, I mean, what are you going to get? It sounds like there's 7 owners who really don't care about the game of baseball. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
I could be totally off, but.
On a lighter note, let's see. Jung Hoo Lee showed that he can hit the small ball. Yes. I saw him in spring training. He hit one. It was like a Vladdy Guerrero swing. He jumped off both feet and he golfed it while in the air. Anyway, if you saw that, that was absolutely amazing hand-eye coordination. Bad thing is he was getting thrown out, but next season, if he stays healthy, he'd be good in the first or second spot. Fitzgerald, Ramos batting, third, fourth, what have you. I agree. I certainly agree. A lot of people have said, oh, Jung Hoo Lee wasn't worth the money. I think Jung Hoo Lee can be worth the money, Eric. This was the year, though, you wanted him to get a season under his belt.
Yes.
To our Major League Baseball game.
Correct.
The long season, etc.
It was going to be OJT for him for the MLB. Correct.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I will say, I do not think he should be in the number 1, maybe even a number 2. The reason why I say that is the guy does not take a walk.
I say he's number 2. I think we need I think the best as it stands now, he comes back what we have to work with. I mean, there's going to be variables change, Eric, and we hope some of them certainly do.
Well, he needs
Fitzgerald to lead off. You want Jung Hoo Lee second, then you want some meat coming up 3, 4, 5.
And I like that he wants to put the ball in play. It's okay. There's okay to put the ball in play. But if it's not a good pitch to hit, then just take a damn walk, man. That's all because his on base was pretty bad. Look, and I'm not saying everything's on base, but if you're going to be batting lead off, which is where they had him, You have to be able to take a walk here and there. That's the issue that I had. And I think that's why he might have hit a lot of ground balls as well, because he wants to always put the ball in play. Yeah. He's not, look, I understand they want a lot of people, you talk about Ichiro, but Ichiro, man, he was a special. So.
Yeah, you can't.
He goes, he needs to be the number one. See, I just don't like the on base. That's me, Michael. That's fine. Just what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Jung Hoo, he only got 145 at bats under his belt this year.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it. 38 hits. He bats 262 in a shortened season.
What was his on base?
On base percentage for the season is not listed in this portfolio, but I will come up with it if you hang in. On base percentage 641. That's not great.
No, that's OPS.
Oh, sorry. OPS. Sorry.
No worries. But that's not very much power either. Sorry.
Yeah. If you'll just bear with me. I've got you on my phone trying to look up the stats, and
it's all good. It's all good.
I'm going to fire up it's hard for me sometimes to bring up like quickly on the phone.
No worries. So, I can find it. I get it.
Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to pull up my laptop for the rest of the show. Hang on.
All right. There we go. Let's see what we got here. Too early to tell what is projected on base. You're 100% right, Ed. 100% right, because you just don't. Again, this was the year that you wanted to see him get his cut his teeth on what Major League Baseball is all about. I didn't care for it, but I'm talking about on base. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, he only got to play for 2 months exactly before he got hurt. So it's hard to tell where he would have been. Just saying, from the short time that we saw him. That's all we could go on, man. That's all we could go on. There's nothing else. I mean, I can bring up fictitious numbers, but don't want to do that. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. And yes, Hiroku, you are correct. Losing to A's makes it easier to not care about winning for the Giants. That is true, because they're going to corner the market in the Bay Area. Papa was talking about paying Chapman close to $25 million to stay. Man, how many years did he say, Hiroku? I'd be interested to see how many years was he factoring in for that 25? I mean, the guy's getting paid. I mean, but the problem is he's already getting how much is he getting guaranteed right now? Is it 30? Did he get 30 million? Did Chapman get 30 million? And then he's got the opt out. And if he doesn't opt out, he has another 30 million. And if he doesn't opt out for the third, it's another 30. So why would he freaking sign for 25 million, man? Come on. Right? If I'm not mistaken, for 3 or 4. Look, he's already on a 3-year deal. He's basically right with the opt outs, an opt out every year. And every one of those years is $30 million. You think he's going to go, yeah, you know what? I want to take a 3-year deal at $5 million less a year. There's no way he would do that. Not when he's got that guaranteed money in his pocket right now. That ain't going to work, man. That ain't going to work. If that's legit, if what you're telling me, that just doesn't work.
Well, Eric, here's a question for you as I just pounce back in on you. Eric, at this point of the season, given another week or so where we in reality may be, is it too early to hop on the phone and not play it out like the situation over with the 49ers? You start now. You got to put out a feeler and say, what's it taking? What is it taking right now? Right now, today, this week, today, like 7:30, 8 o'clock on a Friday night, to sign Snell and Chapman and get it done, put to bed, over with? Or are we going to play games in the offseason, Eric? Are we going to play games like we do during the regular season?
Oh, you want to talk about games, do you? Look at this. Senior says, saw a somewhat reputable Twitter source starting the Soto. Oh, really? Imagine that. Because look what I came across. Look at that. Should we take a gander at this?
Jesus, Eric, we're on the short list to sign you. Everybody.
Exactly. We've heard Carter.
Harper.
We've
Soto,
heard this before. Yeah.
Judge. You name it. He was signing here. We could have had one of the greatest teams in the history of baseball. You talk about murderers row. Harper and Soto and Judge was, of course, you know what happened, and Correa at shortstop. Boy, this team was landing them all, and who did we land?
Nobody.
Basically none.
All right, here is the article.
And you know who I really wanted the most, Eric? You know who I wanted them to sign the most?
Who?
Was the pitcher who went to the New York Mets. The Ghost Fork.
Oh, Senga? Yeah.
Kodai Senga is the man I wanted.
Could you imagine? They could imagine if they got Senga and Imanaga. They would have had a pretty damn good rotation. Yeah. They would have had a good rotation. You would have had Webb and Imanaga. Then you would have had Senga. Man, and that would have been nice.
Eric, the interstate, the freeway, it ends outside my condo here. If I backpedal about 500 feet before you come down the ramp to the condo, when you're driving by, you can see the scoreboard in center field at night.
Oh, you saw when they had
his picture up there for 2 weeks. Yep. Coming soon. The fork, but they had the ghost with the little fork in his hand. And they were marketing it to an empty stadium, of course, Eric.
Yeah, they were waiting for him to show up. That's what they were trying. It was a whole, yeah.
And he said, all right, 5 years. Oh, we don't give 5 years. And a week later, he signed Logan Webb to a 5-year deal.
Extension. It was an extension.
So if you're going to sit there and say, well, we didn't want to sign him particularly to a 5-year deal, risk, and you know what? He's scared of risk, like he's scared of the smallpox. But don't say we don't do 5-year deals, and then a week later do a 5-year deal. Yeah, we're going to extend 5 years.
Farhan.
I thought you didn't touch 5 years.
Well, you know what they did? They bought.
What is Eric's favorite word?
It is what it is.
Lies.
Oh, lies. Well, you know what they did with Webb? They bought out his last 2 years of arbitration. So basically, it was a quote unquote 3-year deal with buying out those 2 years of arb. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's how it went down. So it was even though it was a 5-year extension, 2 of those years I believe were buying out his last 2 years of.
Eric, when I was a kid, I worked on a farm. I know what a wheelbarrow full of bullshit smells like.
Exactly. Hey, let's take a read on this. With New York Yankees slugger Juan Soto scheduled to hit MLB free agent next year. Well, it's actually this year, but whatever. The Giants appear in prime position.
Well, to be quite innocent, you want me to take a whole different angle before you read the story, Eric?
Yeah, go for it.
They got the money because they ain't spending it anywhere else that I can see.
They got the money. We all know they got the damn money. So that's not going to be an excuse, but whatever. Here we go. San Francisco is one of 5 teams on the short list of Soto's suitors. MLB Network's John Heyman believes. Number 4 for me are the Giants. Number 4. Number 4 for me are the Giants, and we know they've tried for a big star for years, right? Heyman said.
Yeah, Stanton, Judge, Ohtani, Harper.
They also made a play for Soto in a trade, and it didn't work out. I think they have some hurdles, obviously, with a tough
hurdles.
Look at this. Come on. That's a lie now. We all know that it's not a tough ballpark to hit in because Soto came to Oracle Park, and it acted like he was in Great American freaking Small Park.
Eric, I don't understand it when everybody says it's tough. If you're heading out toward McCovey, that's a pretty short porch out there, Eric.
It is, yeah, but it's because of the stupid. It is the weather does play an effect, but it wasn't holding him back when he was here earlier. It didn't hold back Judge. It didn't hold back Harper. It didn't hold back Ohtani.
Exactly.
So they got the power to be able to crank it out of Oracle Park.
Well, they have coveted the big superstar. How many will we get? None. Jesus, we had one at the ballpark. He was putting on his tie, ready to come over and sign him. We couldn't even finish that deal, Eric.
Oh, that was a debacle. San Francisco has coveted a big name superstar bat for a long time, and Soto fits the bill perfectly. The 25-year-old is having one of his best seasons with the Yankees and will be highly sought after once MLB free agency begins. The Giants have not landed a hitter of Soto's stature since the franchise signed Barry Bonds in 1993. While San Francisco has had no trouble developing and acquiring pitching, they have struggled offensively, particularly this season. Elliot Ramos leads the Giants with 53 RBIs this season, while Soto has 83. There you go. And it begins, guys.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
The
Well, there's
Soto
only two reasons.
talk
Two reasons he won't be a Yankee, Eric. So, great Pepsi. Oh,
Yes,
teasing me
cherry.
tonight. Teasing me.
Yep.
Ooh, a cherry. Oh, a cherry cola.
Yeah, cherry Coke is actually the best. Ooh.
So there's only two reasons I can see that he wouldn't be a Giant. Number one, boy, you start spending money like the Yankees. A lot of guys in that team making big bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they got to filter. Sooner or later, you got to say, somebody ain't getting paid. So if it's a Soto who wants, 850 million, they might just say, you know what, we're quite content to have our Aaron Judge, and we'll build around him. The other thing I look at with this situation, Eric, is Soto. He's a very cocky player. You ever see him even at his batting? He steps out. He's got swagger.
He's got some swag.
He waddles at the plate. You think he'll be
stares down the pitch?
Be happy with the money? Do you think he'll be happy playing a second fiddle role when he can be a superstar as the lone gunman with a certain clubs elsewhere?
He would be a superstar in San Francisco, 100%. But
exactly. So is he willing to give up the superstardom to play under the likes of a Judge? A lot of players won't do that, Eric.
But here's the thing. What is the psychology? No one can get in his mind. Only himself and whoever he confesses his ideas to or his thoughts. What is his goals? Does he want to win championships? Does he want to make a shit ton of money? Is he worried about his quote unquote legacy and how he is looked at in the history of baseball? Is he chasing for stats? I don't know, man. The only person that can answer that question is Juan Soto. Giants can throw a shit ton of money at him, but is that the ultimate prize for Soto? And guess what, guys? You know who his agent is, right?
And so it begins.
Scott Boras.
So
the same agent for Snell, the same agent for Chapman, the same agent for Conforto. And, a lot of people were saying, who said it? There was people in the chat. It might have been anonymous. It might have been someone else. But the reason why maybe Farhan didn't trade any of those guys is because they are Soto clients. Or not Soto. They're Boras clients. And you don't want to piss off Boras if you're going to be trying to go after Juan Soto. That could be a thing. That just shows.
If we're going to rebuild this, like I said tonight, tear it down at the studs, rebuild the whole thing. Maybe the sooner you get a new GM, new front office, then the better, Eric.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the first and foremost.
I keep saying the 30th. I'm looking at the schedule here, Eric. We finished the season on September 29th, which is a little earlier than usual. We usually play baseball into the first week of October, if I'm not mistaken. Now we close off on the 29th against St. Louis over at the ballpark. I said, good possibility. 30th, he's packing a suitcase. Could it happen earlier, Eric? If we fall like we fell last year in August, early September, do you think they pull a kind of a role reversal, move him out as quickly as he moved out the manager last year? Does the ownership then look for their scapegoat and say,
yeah, because you know what? I'll tell you something right now before I'm going to get to your comment. That's really good. But remember what did the ownership do last year? It sounds like it was either going to be Kapler or Farhan, right? That's what it seemed like. And Farhan, was able to use Kapler as a scapegoat to save his own ass.
Right.
This year, you can't say it was Melvin and then fire Melvin.
You brought him in.
This is 100% on Mr. Farhan Zaidi. So I'm guessing the temperature is rising.
Oh, the pot's simmering. Though it's at a simmering point, Eric.
It is.
So the question then is, do they move him before the end of the season? They go, we've had enough. Or do you go?
If they do, that's going to be telling.
Or do they play dumb and then after the season, regular season,
let them go.
They go, well, we've decided, you should have decided 3 months ago, in my opinion, as humble as it may be. Let's get Carter in here before I blow it. You know what happens? Get me on a few of these topics. I'll end up blowing a gasket, Eric. We're only 41 minutes in.
I know.
I don't need this. I'm like Red Sanford. Eric, I'm going to have the big one. I don't need this.
Real quick, Rounder says, and Rounder, he's our resident Dodger fan. So that's fine.
Rounder.
Soto is going to Philly to team up with his old buddies Harper and Turner. They also have the money. Would not be surprised.
They do.
Could you imagine that? Oh my goodness. Woo. Woo-hoo.
Geez, Michael.
He doesn't think they fire him.
I don't think they're going to fire him.
And that could be a possibility because they had an opportunity to do it last year and they didn't.
D-Shot, I get fired up every day. You know what? Is there ever anything in your life comes up, Eric? Me, it's either the tax man or Farhan Zaidi. You just the mere mention. Just the mere mention. I'm like, what do they want now? It's, my God, I'm working up a sweat here tonight. You see me sometime in the green room. I even have a little cloth I have to towel down.
Yep.
All right, in to save us. Give us a little break. Get his take. It's Carter's Corner again. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
Hey, guys. So, something interesting I was doing earlier today? I was watching other baseball games. I was watching the Kansas City Royals, actually. A team with a future. And one of the interesting things that I actually heard commentators talking about was this interesting thing. They've said specifically they don't particularly excel at certain stats, like in terms of batting, but they are really good at hitting with runners in scoring position. And they're actually leading the league in sack bunts. So here's the statistics, actually. And I'm going to compare them to us, the Giants. The Royals are 11th in runs. They are 9th in batting average, 15th in on-base percentage, and 11th in slugging. The Giants are 15th in runs, 16th in batting average, 13th in on-base percentage, and 18th in slugging. Now, that's not drastically different. It is different, but not drastically. But here is the massive difference. The Royals, as of right now in baseball, are first with runners in scoring position. And we are 27th.
They get
we
the
could
key
be
hit.
The Royals.
Yeah.
That's so insane to me because the Royals are pretty similar to us as a team in terms of stats. If we're looking at the face stuff, they're obviously not the same if we're looking at the niche stuff. But it's pretty clear to me that runners in scoring position and the offense are going to be the thing that is going to kill this team. And it won't even be because we didn't even try. It's just because we have this fundamental flaw. We can't hit when it matters.
It's a good point. Yeah, and that's something that's been plaguing the Giants from the beginning of the season. They just cannot get that hit when there's a runner in scoring position. Remember when the first 2 months of Soler, the guy could not just get a hit when someone was on base. That's why they threw him in the cleanup position, or not the cleanup, the leadoff position, because I think it just took some of the pressure off of him. And he just go out there and, hey, do what you got to do. Don't worry about guys on base. Now, granted, throughout the course of a game, it may come to that, but to lead off the game, it's just you. So just go out there, get some good swings, and do what you got to do. So that's again, as you say, fundamental baseball is getting that hit when you have a runner on second or third and getting that runner in. The Giants have not been able to do that. Perfect example. I mean, look at Chapman. How many home runs does he have with the guys on base? Not very many.
No.
A lot of solo home runs. A lot of solo home runs.
I can only remember one time he's ever done that. I mean, and also to give my take on the Soto thing, I don't think it's going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Totally not. No, it's not going to happen. Listen, he's going to go to Philly or the Mets, or he's going to take a smaller deal with New York. I mean, I just don't see us getting him. Like, we would have to offer, I think, upwards of we just saw Shohei Ohtani get paid $700 million a year. Soto is younger than Ohtani. He plays the field and has a great glove. he's just as good of a bat as Shohei, if not the same. He's going to be paid maybe even more. I
don't think he's getting paid more than Ohtani. He ain't getting more than $700 million. No way.
I'm thinking
no way.
10 years.
I mean, he's got the only thing going for him is his age. He's gonna, what is it? He would, when Shohei, what is he, 30 when he got that 10-year deal, right?
30, yeah.
So he's 5 years younger, but I don't see it for the simple fact he doesn't pitch and hit.
Yeah, that's not unfair.
Ohtani's a damn unicorn, right? But I don't see him getting 700. If he hits 700, I'd be shocked.
Hey, and remember, Farhan's not. I don't think anyone. Doesn't matter if it's even Shohei. He doesn't. What is his beef with long-term contracts?
He's just horrible at them. I've never seen him actually shell out a good deal, a long-term
Christ,
contract.
he gives a 3-year contract with 2 option years to get out of it.
Yeah.
So I don't understand this. What's his name here? Well, I saw a good take a minute ago, Eric.
Who is it?
I have. You know what? This is true. How many years, Eric, have we been under Farhan Zaidi now? 5 or 6?
Oh, my bad.
Oh, you just clicked that. Yeah.
This one.
So how many years have we been under Farhan now?
5 full years. We're in the 6th now.
And this is the 6th?
Yep. Correct.
I think my teenage daughter could randomly hit the jackpot finding a 3rd or 4th place hitter in the lineup after 6 years. After 5 years, you got to, Eric, even, I always say, even the blind squirrel will find a nut. He hasn't done it.
I know. I know that.
Why?
I don't know. You're losing your voice. He's losing his voice.
Oh my
He lost his voice. Yeah. Glenn lost his voice. Oh my God. Why? Why?
Oh my gosh.
I know this team will make you do that, man. This team will absolutely drive you nuts, give you laryngitis.
It totally will.
But
I think the reason why I mentioned this before, I think the reason why people don't want to sign here for long-term contracts is I think it's just because of Farhan anxiety. They think he's an insane person. I don't think
now in the Giants chat with Ibrahim Khan.
There we go. Because Farhan thinks he has to outsmart everyone, always going against the grain to his detriment. Yes, that's something we've been saying for a very long time. What is up, Fossey? What is up, Fossey? Good to see you, man. But yes, he wants to be the smartest man. That's what it feels like. Whether or not it's true or not, but sure as hell looks that way.
No.
It sounds like he loves to hunt those margins, thinking, hey, I found a diamond in the rough, and it was because of me, but that doesn't work every time. That doesn't work every time.
He doesn't understand that you can pay a young superstar a lot of damn money, and that could be something for you. I'm not saying, yeah. Sorry.
And here's the thing. No, it's all good. Even if they signed Soto, is that going to make the team much better? Because I think the team has other holes. You got to address first base. You got to address second base. Okay, he'll address your outfield, but who's going to protect him in the lineup, man? People will pitch around him. Look what he's got in the Yankees. You've got Judge right ahead of him, and I think is it Stanton that hits behind him. So come on, the dude is set up perfectly with the New York Yankees. Perfectly. Yeah. Why if he comes here, who's going to hit ahead of him and behind him, man?
Exactly. I mean, I don't see a reason why he'd leave. Why would he leave?
Right.
I mean, he's got the perfect situation. I mean, he's got
perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go. It's the money, obviously, but
if that's his prerogative.
Yeah.
Eric, you hit something on the head a minute ago in your conversation, your little soliloquy there. You said that we got to get a first baseman. We got Kana, we got Wade Jr., Flores, who's out there somewhere. He's out for the year, maybe not coming back. We got 3 guys who are literally in a rocker.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Granny with knitting needles in her hair, sitting in a rocker. We got no. What is our future at first base, Eric?
Nothing.
Bryce Eldridge is probably going to be.
Oh yeah, no.
He'll be
here.
Not next year. Not next year.
He's going to be here in 2027, 2028.
What does that mean?
I think he actually might be. He might be here in 26 because he's killing it in the high A right now.
No, he's doing great.
Oh, Eric, that's high A. You're going to bring a guy from high A in a year and a half.
It's going to be a little bit.
If he continues to produce if they promote him, I think he might start off in Double A next year. We'll see. But there's a chance. There's a chance we may see a glimpse of him at the end of next year. That's what Senior. I think that's what Senior's trying to say. But for full time, yeah, there you go. See, exactly. I think for full time, look at 2026.
Everybody's got to be a comedian, Eric. Everybody tries
Now,
to be a comedian. Look.
Now, okay, here we go. If you get a GM worth of shit, if you got Bryce Eldridge who's coming in 26. At that time, if you do get Soto, at that time, he's only going to be 27. And if Ramos continues to produce, you got another outfielder there. Jung Hoo Lee, maybe he starts playing better, right? You got Fitzgerald at shortstop. Hold on. Let me go. Second base can be addressed. Third base is going to have to be addressed. You got Bailey behind the dish. You could be working with something, right? Guys, there's potential. Let's say that.
There's a lot of things that got to be addressed there, Eric.
But that's what. Hold on.
You got to be willing to make a move.
That's the issue. You got to have a GM who understands that. Look, okay. If Eldridge is going to be your first baseman of the future, I'm good with throwing Wade out there against one more year. Just one more year. That's fine.
God, help us.
You might have to. But listen. You might have to. Because you don't want to sign a first baseman and block Eldridge. You don't want to do that.
He's not wrong.
Right? And then you got second base. Address second base. You got it. No, I don't want Tyro. I don't want Wisely. Address second base. Fitzgerald at shortstop. I like it. Third base will then have to be addressed. Okay? You might have maybe.
Tyro was a pickup like Yastrzemski from a team that we want to get rid of him. So the Giants,
I think that could be something, right?
We're made up of a lot of pieces, Eric, that nobody else wanted.
Right. But listen to me, the Giants could be something in 2026, 2027. I'm fine with that because you know why? That's a plan, man. It's not a 1 year.
Eric,
here.
Eric.
Right?
Eric. I could have been a nuclear scientist. It didn't turn out that way, though, Eric.
But am I right? Am I right? If you get a GM who has that type of thinking going forward,
maybe if we got another GM.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about with Farhan gone. Farhan's out of the picture with you having to do this.
If we're back with Farhan, we're back. We're working with the same crap next year.
We're going to have to. And you know what? Like I said, there's times when it's just not right. It's not about making that playoff run. It's about seeing what you have.
So should have been done before. Should have been already be in that situation.
Should have been done 2 years ago. 100% agree. Should have been done 2 years ago. But now, if you do this, okay, guys, I don't think they're going to sign Soto. But if you sign Soto, next year is going to be kind of 2026 could be okay, and 2027 could be here we go. It's time. The time has come in 2027. I could see that. I don't know if anyone else in the chat, I could see it. But but it's all predicated on getting rid of Farhan.
The babe comes with something, says, I would offer 10 years. You would get 10 times
100%
back.
100%.
I've said that all along. You sign a superstar. You know what you make? You would make that. You made half of your money back just in jersey sales internationally.
Exactly.
You imagine if you'd signed like the Dodgers. If we had gotten Ohtani, we'd sell his contract in jerseys worldwide, Eric.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's getting more people in the ballpark. Carter, you and I were at the ball game the other night.
Yeah.
A lot of people dressed up as green seats that night.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there'd be more people coming.
Carter and I were out by the Coke bottle for a pregame meet and greet out there. We got together, said hello. Nobody was pushing us out of the way. There was people like slowly walking through. Yeah. Eric, it was thin the other night.
But you know what? It won't be thin if you get Soto. And that's what you're trying to say. Man, look at this. Dude, I am absolutely.
It's an instantaneous identity.
I think one of the
I
think one of the things that I will hand this to the Dodgers. What they did when they got Ohtani was very simple. They were able to capture an entire country's eyes and get them to cheer for them. And that's something that we need to do. I mean, look at what Soto is going to bring over the entire crowd from Puerto Rico. That could be something for this team. I mean, imagine that just for 1 second, all those asses in the seats and actually cheering on for the orange and black. I mean, I think I'm going to agree with another thing that Eric said is that this team does have potential. If you look at the core pieces, this could be something. I mean, let's just assume that Eldridge is on the way within the next 2 or 3 years. That's your first base solidified. Behind the plate, yes, Patrick Bailey has been struggling, but he's shown the ability to be great.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Real quick, Juan Soto. He's actually from the Dominican Republic, by the way.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? There's a former Giant who came from the Dominican Republic. Wasn't a hitter, but he could help. You got Juan Marichal out there. Use him as a damn ambassador. Sell the damn team. Use your history of the Giants to help get somebody.
No,
but
there
anyway,
you go.
I was just thinking about that because yes, if there's one thing, holy crap, this ties in exactly with my video I put out earlier with, remember Alex Pompez? The dude was a huge talent evaluator in the Dominican Republic. What is the one thing that the Giants, when they moved to San Francisco, what is one of the biggest thing they did? They signed a bunch of Latino and Black players. The Alou brothers, Juan Marichal, Orlando Cepeda. I mean, you name it. There's a whole bunch of them out there. Let's go back to your roots, San Francisco Giants. Remember, you guys were ahead of the game, so let's freaking do something here.
No, there you go. That's been one thing that we're really good at. That we've signed a lot of Dominican and Latino players who have been really important for this team. And then what I was going to go on with is with guys like Ramos, Fitz, guys like Eldridge, and like we got a kid from the Braves for nothing, and he's been doing well down in high A with Eldridge. I mean, again, it's high A, like Glenn said, so we have to see, obviously. But like, imagine Jung Hoo Lee, Ramos in the outfield with Soto. That could be something.
That would be an outfield.
Nice.
That would be a really fun outfield.
You're cooking with gas with that type of an outfield.
Then in the infield, imagine a team of like Tyler Fitzgerald passing, like darting the ball to Bryce Eldridge and Patrick Bailey throwing people out from behind the plate. That's something. But we have
still looking at first, second, third, though.
Exactly.
There's 3 positions. You basically have to rebuild that infield, Eric.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like,
okay,
we need to. It's just got to be hope on potential.
Let's think about this, okay? First thing I'm going to say right now, the biggest move the Giants got to make, get rid of Farhan Zaidi. Gone, right?
We got to losing culture.
So here we go, 2025. If you can do it, do it. If you get Soto, that would be amazing. So then next year's lineup could be Ramos, Lee, Soto in the outfield. All right, for 2025. That's pretty freaking good. Now the infield is going to be, you're going to have Chapman probably. Fitzgerald, I'm good with. Second base may or may not be Tyro. First base is probably going to be Wade with a platoon. And then
what do you
got
think,
Bailey.
Carter? I say you got to go out and get a first and second baseman.
Then you got Bailey.
I got to go get a first and second baseman.
And you know what else I do? Because Snell's walking, guys. Snell's walking. Not only do you get Soto, but you also get Corbin Burns. Get Corbin Burns part of the rotation. So then you have Webb, Burns, Robbie Ray, and then you can if Harrison and Birdsong, if that's what you want. Because I think they might be better next year. This year, again, it's their first taste of a full season. Next year, they could be a little bit better. Maybe you could even address another pitcher on the fringe if you want to do that. Then 2026, you got the same outfield, but then now you have Eldridge at first base. Second base could be, who knows? Maybe it's someone else from the organization. I don't know. Fitzgerald at shortstop. Third base, again, may have to be addressed. And you still have that damn starting rotation.
Carter, did you see what he left out? He left out Snell. So Eric is assuming Snell's gone.
He's gone.
So why the hell?
He's going to be.
Why
gone.
the hell was he not traded?
Talk to Farhan. I'm saying you got to fire Farhan, man. You got to.
He does have to be fired. Listen, imagine the bounty. We could have gotten a freaking king's ransom for Zilla.
I know.
That would have been everything. I mean, imagine look at the Orioles. They were chomping at the bit for us to give up Snell. Imagine what they could have given us. Their top 5 prospects probably would have been sold to us easily.
I would have been content getting a quality young player.
I agree.
A quality young player for Snell that you can pencil in at first or second that can play 4 or 5 years.
I would say that could have been like Holiday possibly if we had done the Zilla thing. I don't know if they'd give him up, but it would have been possible. A discussion maybe. But another thing I'd like to address about Eric's idea with Corbin, it's we all remember the Garrett Cole contract that the Yankees shelled out to him to get him to leave Houston. We would have to give Burns something like that. And this is with the assumption that Farhan Zaidi is no longer the GM of the San Francisco Giants. I think we should do that. It's a risky move. But he's only 29 years old, and pitchers don't have the same decline as position players. So, yeah, I'd be totally willing to do that along with Soto and whatever. But again, these are all just aspirations and hopes, maybe. But I do think.
Oh man, dude, I'm just getting so stuck. Look, the chances of the Giants signing Soto, I understand. But if you get rid of Farhan and you have someone else who knows what the hell they're doing, maybe you can get it done. I don't know.
I agree.
You know what? We talk about being bold. San Francisco Giants, crack open the wallet, back up the damn armored car, throw out all the cash that you need to get that guy. It's time. If you want to compete, look, if you think that you're going to be able to compete with the Dodgers and the Yankees, or even the Braves and currently the Baltimore Orioles, you're going to have to right now at this particular time, you have to pay for talent because right now you don't got that type of talent in your system other than Bryce Eldridge.
Hey, Carter,
dude, there's a lot of ifs. There's a lot of ifs. Don't get me wrong.
Carter said, I believe he said, we talked the other night. Didn't you say you saw Moneyball?
Yeah.
And what do they say in Moneyball? You can break down the Giants in the Moneyball. Oh, so many, every scene. They're in the war room, Eric.
Never saw the movie.
What does Billy Bean say? He goes, if you try to compete with
the Yankees out there,
Yankees in here or out there, vice versa. Eric, you're talking about competing with the Yankees.
Uh-huh.
We can't even compete with Yankee management and ownership. They're a smarter organization from the top. It starts from the top, Eric. Ownership.
I know it does.
Ownership, management. You're talking about competing with the Yankees. We can't compete with the Yankees when we can't. You can't compete with Cashman.
You. Here's the problem.
And the Yankees are a winning club right now. Mad Dog is on a tear today, and he's ripping them apart. And he's ripping fans. Mad Dog's on quite a tear today.
Listen to this. The Giants are in the top 5 most richest MLB clubs.
They are.
There is no reason why they
can't. You know why?
Well, yeah. Well,
they don't spend any money, Eric.
No. They
do spend money. They just spend it very marginally, like Eric has been talking about.
They're not spending like everybody else, and they're making money across the street.
They've been the top 5 for a long time, not just recently. I mean, it's been it's been up there for at least a decade, maybe even longer. But here's the problem: we can compete with any club when it comes to money, but where you are right in is the leadership at the top. Do you have an ownership group? Look, McGowan, no doubt, was a baseball fan, and he would do whatever it takes to compete. Right? Who is the other guy that they let go? He was part of the ownership group. I keep forgetting his name. There's another guy.
I said to Eric earlier tonight, I said that if you had the right owner in this team, you had the right owner at the top, he'd be embarrassed by this. And who was that? Who
was that owner or part owner who got pushed out by the conglomeration? I can't remember what his name. Newcomb. Yes, Newcomb was pushed out. He was a huge baseball fan and wanted to win. That's what you need right now at the top. You got to have an ownership group that says, you know what, we're in it to win it, guys. It's about out there winning championships.
It really is going to be about ownership at the end of the day.
It is 100%.
If you look at this, I think there are crazier owners than this ownership group. Listen, if we had like a weird owner that was so crazy about baseball, he probably would have fired Farhan Zaidi by now and sent him away. And we wouldn't have had to deal with this whole situation in the first place. But we're not in that situation. We have kind of, what do you call it? Like very pragmatic owners, not pragmatic even, because that pragmatic means doing it with a purpose. They don't really have a purpose when they're doing this. I mean, I would describe them more as stingy almost. Not like that stingy because they do spend money, but they're not really spending money in the crazy ways. And that's the other problem that Hope Springs Eternal brings up. We're not winners.
Hold on. Here's the thing. This is where I was talking about the psychology because none of us know what is in the mind of Juan Soto and what he values the most. Does he value being on a winning team? Does he value making that big paycheck? Does he value boosting his stats? Does he want to be the man, right? Because if he comes to San Francisco, he will 100. We could give him two things. He could be the man and he could get paid. He could. But is that his priority? We don't know. That's the thing. We don't know. But where the hell is Senior talks about this. I don't know, man. I thought about that for a while too. Talking about he's bringing up about the park and it's cold. But I'll tell you what, man. Ohtani has no trouble hitting bombs. Judge had no problem hitting bombs. Soto had no problem hitting bombs. Yeah, I understand. They've grown up in
those are the power hitters, Eric. Those are the power hitters. I threw out the name Ernie Clement because I was looking at my scorebook at Oracle Park when they were playing the Jays, going, "Who's Ernie Clement?" And then gone. And then just 2 innings later, gone again.
And it's just me. I don't think his numbers are going to suffer too much. It may there'll probably be a little bit of a decline compared to freaking Yankee Stadium where you have a short porch. That's a little look. If we're talking about numbers, even though Oracle Park's a very difficult park to hit bombs, Yankee Stadium is exactly the opposite, right? That is way over. It's not in the mean. That's way above the mean as far as home run production. The Oracle is below. But
we got a spacious outfield too, Eric. You think that he could boost other numbers?
That's true. I get the 80. He's talking about small sample. 100%. I 100% agree with you on that. But if he values money, I mean, look, get paid freaking $35-40 million a year. I could deal with some cold. Again, that's me, man. That's Eric, just me.
No, we got to get to the out-of-town scoreboard here, Eric. We're running behind our schedule.
All right. Hey, Carter, we got to get you out of here, man.
All right. Thank you, guys. All right.
Have a good one, dude.
See you, bro.
All right. Yeah. Man, you got me going. You got me going.
Carter brings some good ideas, man, but I'll tell you, it all goes back to common denominator.
Farhan. And
office.
And ownership. All right, let's do this.
And now, a Giant Sports Talk Live scoreboard update.
All right, let's take a look. Let me refresh this. See
we got one game still going. Major League Baseball. The Angels lead the Atlanta Braves by a score of 3-2.
Wow.
Angels are on their way to victory, something we could not do against the Atlanta Braves. It's the top of the 8th inning. The Braves do have a runner on. Let's see what's happening in that game.
One out, looks like, according to
Angels are winning the game. Nobody's really stepped up to the plate. Taylor Ward's 2 for 4. Yeah, it's been a sporadic effort. Everybody's contributing.
Yep.
Man, nothing special in that game as far as statistics, Eric. So just
we'll come back to that.
Tightly contested game. 3-2. Now we got runners at first and second in that game.
Ooh, look at that.
We got 1 out. 2-2. And apparently there might be another. Well, the balls and strikes disappeared, Eric.
Yeah, so, where do they go, man?
All right, let's move it on to the finals. You can take this one over at Wrigley Field.
Oh, look at that. Blue Jays at the Cubs. Cubs walk it off with another player that the Giants were courting, Suzuki.
That's
decided
right.
to pick him. Yeah, remember they tried to get him. He decided to go to Chicago. He walks it off. The Cubs win against the Blue Jays 6-5. Again, they're right behind the Giants. You got to keep an eye on those guys. They and by the way, that was extras.
Yeah, 10th inning walk-off. Toronto made a game of it. They scored 3 in the 9th. And that pushed the game to extras, but too little, too late in that game. Kansas City, Cincinnati, 7-1 win for Kansas City. They continue to win. 67th victory of the season, wrapping out 13 hits. Bobby Witt Jr. remains hot. He homers in that
guy's
game. That guy
monster.
is a young stud. He went 3 for 4, scored 3, and had an RBI. And again, had a solo, not a solo. He had a home run in that game. Do you know what he's batting, Eric? 352.
352, man. What is going on, man?
5-tool player right there, Eric. 5-tool player.
That kid is something. He's special right there.
Why can't we find something like that? Just one. That's all I have.
Nice.
One. All right, Tigers, Yankees, take it away.
Yankees blank the Tigers 3-0. And look at this. Who hits his 44th home run? Yes, Aaron Judge. Yankees beat the Tigers 3-0 in Detroit.
Oh boy, I was looking forward to this one, and then I had other things I had to take care of. I told you I was over in Daly City earlier and listening to the radio on the way back. Well, I missed the Pirate game. I wouldn't have found it anyway, Eric, because it was on Apple Plus or something. I don't know. I can never find those games. How about you guys in the chat? I don't know. It must be my age. I can't find the games when I want to watch them anymore. Too many platforms. Pirates with a 5-3 win over the Seattle Mariners, and guess what? The winning pitcher was Paul Skeens, 6. Gave up 3 hits, a couple of runs, but he went 6 and gave up 3 hits. He, boy, oh boy, ceases to amaze.
Yeah, I know, man. He's special.
ERA.
And he's, how old is he? Like 22?
With the Pirates. With the
Or
Pirates.
is he older than that? He might be a little bit older. I know, but he's good, man.
Oh,
the Pirates got a good young team.
He's a 22-year-old out of Fullerton.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, went to LSU. Paul Skeens allowed 2 runs on 3 hits in 6 innings in the win. He walked 4 and struck out 6. There's your wrap.
There you go.
Again, the final score in that one was 5-3. Pittsburgh with a rare victory.
And in Philadelphia, they walk. Look at those City Connects. Those City Connects look like trash. I don't like those. They could.
I don't like any of their uniforms. I don't.
That looks bad. That looks bad.
I don't like the pinstripes. I don't like the old. Remember the old?
I like the pinstripes. I don't mind the pinstripes.
And the baseball. Never liked any of theirs.
How about the powder blues? The powder blues are nice. Those are nice. I like those. Old school.
I like our jerseys, Eric.
Fair enough. Yeah, you can't go wrong with the orange and black. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Anyways, Phillies, they walk it off with Trey Turner. They beat the Nationals 3-2. A lot of hits, but not a whole lot of runs.
Yeah. Tampa Bay 5-4 over the Arizona Diamondbacks. Johnny DeLuca scores on an error in the 9th. The Rays beat the Diamondbacks pretty.
Are you telling me the Diamondbacks lost? Wow. What happened?
Pretty insignificant game other than the standings, which we'll take a look at very shortly.
Yep. Man, when's the last time the Diamondbacks lost? Well, like July? Something like in Baltimore, Red Sox beat to Baltimore. That was a slugfest. Look at that. 12-10. 14 hits for the Red Sox, 17 hits for the Orioles. Unfortunately, the Orioles came up 2 runs shy of the victory. Red Sox beat the Orioles in a big AL East matchup. 12-10 for Boston.
By the way, Arizona, they've won 8 of their last 10. You think that's pretty good, right? Well, San Diego's won 9 of the last 10.
Yeah.
Brandon Nimmo snapped out of a slump with a 3-run home run, and the Mets roll past the Marlins 7-3. Not really a surprise. The Mets pick up a win because when they need a win, they can find a win, and they can produce a win, unlike the San Francisco Giants as of late. The Mets continue to stick around in that hunt for the wild card place. Fans in Flushing getting pretty excited over there, Eric.
I can't blame them, man. They're in the hunt, and they're right there. And depending, we'll have to see. I'll refresh it and see what the update is over there in
your buddy got the win, by the way. Chamonix is 9-5.
Hey, look at that! Imagine that. Twins beat the Rangers in Texas 4-3. Rangers are out of it. They're done. Twins again. They're battling it for the AL Central.
Crap. How did I think you.
There you go.
You schedule this every night. I said, Eric, I don't want to get stuck with the Houston Astros score every night. I hate Houston. Tonight, it was the White Sox 5, the Astros 4. Louis Robert, he had a couple of dingers today.
Oh, look at that.
A 4-hit night, 2 home runs, the White Sox win. They call them the lowly Chicago White Sox, but see, even the lowly White Sox, they've got a gem over there in Louis Robert. 5-4, he led the team to the win.
And they're going to be coming. Man, we didn't even get into the damn upcoming series. That's fine. It's all good. We had.
I said we'd only go an hour tonight. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
When you at least expect it.
Guardians at Milwaukee. Brewers take it to the Guardians 5-3. Again, Brewers are still doing pretty good there in the NL Central. They'll probably win it and make their entrance into the playoffs this year here in 2024.
Yeah. A little bit earlier, we were talking about the LA Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani. Well, guess what? They were talking about Mookie Betts today. Betts is back.
Yeah, Betts is back.
And he had a home run. Also, Kevin Kiermaier, he homered as well. Dodgers rallied and beat the Cardinals 7-6. They were down in that game. The Dodgers put a 5 spot on the board in the 6th inning. Cardinals came back with 2. That was all the scoring. Nobody scored at 7th, 8th, 9th. And it was a 7-6 Dodgers win. But yes, indeed, Mookie Betts. We forgot about him. He went 2 for 5 in that game. Shohei did not get a hit.
Okay, guys, talk to me. Do you like to see the Dodgers win for the simple fact that the St. Louis Cardinals are battling the Giants for a wild card spot?
Yes.
So are we rooting for the Dodgers, or you still say the hell with the Dodgers and I'm rooting for the Cardinals, even though the Cardinals may surpass the Giants?
I'm
so who are you guys rooting for?
Win the division anyway, Eric. They're going to win the division anyway. So, stop fumbling with the wins and losses here. Just let them win. Let them win out. They're going to win the division anyway.
No, just screw the Dodgers, says Carter. Interesting. Okay.
One other note from that game, Eric. The winning pitcher for the Dodgers was Justin Robleski.
Robleski?
See, teams like the Dodgers, I never heard of these players, but they produce. Anybody out there know Justin Robleski?
Nope.
Robleski, Robleski. He allowed 4 runs while working 5 innings against the Cards to get the victory today.
All right.
Dodgers,
And then
Dodgers farm system. We don't talk about the farm system enough either, Eric. Another blemish on the record of the general manager.
Yeah. That's something we've been hammering for a while. We'll see. Maybe he found someone in Eldridge. We'll see.
The Padres have won 9 of the last 10, and look what happened today, Eric.
Yeah, Rockies beat the Padres 7-3. Then again, look where it was at. It's in Colorado, man. Things get weird in Colorado, but yeah, look at that. Padres also lost today, along with the Diamondbacks. But they're so far out of reach. The Giants are just trying to battle for that damn third wild.
Should be interesting, Eric. We've taken a look at the scores. Now, we're not playing today. We open up a series tomorrow in Oakland, tomorrow afternoon at just after 4, the Coliseum. Let's take a look at the wild card race, Eric.
There we go. Diamondbacks and Padres are still atop the wild card, with the Atlanta Braves still holding on to that third position. New York Mets are only a game and a half behind the Braves, with the Giants 3.5 games behind the Braves. The Reds are now 4.5. The Cardinals are now 4. So they're both a game behind the Giants.
Don't forget, Eric. Don't forget Atlanta. They're still in action tonight.
Yeah.
And that
let's
game,
go back.
They've only got 3 outs to play with. Bottom of the 8th, 3-2 LA Angels.
Ooh, so they didn't score. They had only 1 out.
So it's 3-2. Angels are batting. They've got 2 outs in the bottom of the. So we'll be going to the top of the 9th. We'll keep an eye on that one. 3 outs to play with Atlanta. Will they come back? It's going to affect the standings, Eric.
Yeah, it sure will. So we'll see how that plays out. Again, even if they lose, they're still going to be a half a game up above the Mets.
You know the weird thing of this, Eric? Look, 3.5.
Yep.
With a game being played tonight.
Yep.
Eric,
same as it was when they won yesterday.
Eric, you'll be Jesus. If they went on a run, again, I'm talking smoke and mirrors, but they went on a run. Jesus, could we make the playoffs after all? Or is it more of this roping me in?
No, it's not.
Excited.
Hey, Glenn, I'll say this again. How many series do we play?
Now bring that up again, though. Bring that up. Bring that up on the board, Eric.
The standings?
Yeah, bring up the standings for a second. Now we're playing 500 baseball at this point. We're only going to be 3 out. What are the Mets?
Mets are 63 and 59.
So they'll have, a couple of games at hand, I believe, over us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to make a difference. We're still a 500 club, and they're only playing 516 ball. Braves are playing 529. Problem is, we're right there, not beating the teams we have to when we have to.
Look, 13 series are left. Only 3 of those 13 are teams below 500.
Yep.
10 other series are all teams at. Oh, well, no, I take it back because Cardinals are below 500. So make it four teams. 4 teams.
Let me bring that up. Where am I here? Let me bring that up. I'm well aware. Oops.
Yep. 4
it's
teams.
When you blow me up there. There you go.
There you go. 4 teams are below 500.
By
9 teams.
Here's what we got. Here's what we're working with the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yep. Oakland, Chicago, Seattle, Milwaukee, and then Miami to close out the month.
Easier for me to just bring this. I got this sitting on my desk every day. So
it's not going to be easy. Again,
every day I look at this, Eric, and I'm trying to find wins on this thing.
You're not going to find wins
every day.
Nope.
I need a slide ruler and a calculus course.
Forget about it. Forget about it, man. It's gonna be an uphill climb. Is it impossible? No, but it's gonna be an uphill climb.
Improbable, but not impossible.
Correct.
I haven't got my hopes. It's like when you want that special something at Christmas and you're a kid, Eric, and not getting my hopes up.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know,
it's not gonna be easy, man. Not going to be easy.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Tomorrow. Let's talk about tomorrow, Eric. I'm going to be over at the ball game. I'm not sure about Sunday because I'm in the marathon and they're starting the game. Like I'll be running. I told you I might make the game if I get to the start finish line and I keep going.
Keep running.
I keep going like Forrest. Run, Glenny, run. And I just run to the Coliseum or the nearest BART station. I don't know why they scheduled a Sunday 11 o'clock or 11:30 run when the game is starting across the bay. Like, I think they just looked at the schedule months ago and said, let's plan this. Oh, they're out of town. Well, they're not really out of town, Eric.
Right.
Kind of disappointing to me. Anyway, tomorrow, 4:07 start. San Francisco, I mentioned 500. Hayden Birdsong 3-2 up against Osvaldo Bido. We talked about him this morning, Eric, on Giant Sports Talk Live Morning Edition. He's 3-3, 3.92 ERA. The game will be on NBC Sports Bay Area. And if you want a little switch it up, it'll also be on NBC California. If you get that, I get both here in the Bay Area. San Francisco is the favorite to win. Going to be a nice day. It's going to be 71 degrees at opening pitch over at the Coliseum. The wind's a little breezy, 16 miles per hour out to right field at the Coliseum.
All right. Michael Roeder says Oakland scares the hell out of me. They're bats, man.
Yeah, well, listen to this. Here's a fun fact. You want a fun fact, Derek? Here's a fun fact for you entering that.
Fact. I want to hear the fun fact.
The Oakland A's are 5th in home runs with 154. San Francisco, 20th. How the hell are the Oakland A's?
Oh, brother.
In home run. I thought that was going to be our identity, Eric. A home run hitting club.
Nope.
Guess I missed the memo.
Yeah, exactly.
And guess what else the Oakland A's have, Eric, that, San Francisco Giants don't. They got a little speed in their lineup. Did you ever hear of Lawrence Butler?
Nope.
Speedy outfielder. I guarantee you by Sunday you'll be like, oh geez, I heard Glenn mention that name. Lawrence Butler. Watch for him. He's my pick to click for the A's this weekend, Eric. So they've got speed, they've got power, they've got a closer, Eric.
Mason Miller, yeah, that dude's no joke.
Jesus, Eric. So in
if
other words,
the A's got a lead, in the 9th inning, it's over, dude.
They got a ball club.
Sort of.
They're fielding a ball club.
Yeah, they starting pitching isn't the greatest though.
They got a bit of an identity over there.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
This is, you know what happened? Anybody who doesn't know, last year we played the Oakland A's this time of the year. We went on a horrid run. We lost about. It's almost impossible to fathom. Like, didn't we lose like 29 of 36, Eric?
It was ridiculous. It was bad. Let's just say it was bad.
And that cost the manager his job simply to save the GM his job.
Yep.
So what do you expect this weekend before we
I don't know, man. I don't even with Birdsong, it's gonna be tough. We'll see if he bounces back. I said that last time. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hey,
I think Snell might do okay, but I don't know about
Hey, before we go, Eric, anybody who wasn't with us last night for the show, big things coming to the Bay Area sports landscape. We're going to be talking all kinds of sports. A new channel coming, and it's going to just going to tear the lid off sports coverage online as you know it.
Coming soon, Northern California's newest home for the best sports coverage. The evolution of Bay Area sports. The Golden State Warriors, San Francisco Giants, San Jose Sharks, the 49ers, sports commentary, and more. Start your day and end your day with the Bay Area's best sports coverage. All sports, all year long. Coming soon on Northern Lights Entertainment Production.
Sports and entertainment, Eric, the channel will go 24 hours a day. They said it couldn't be done. Guess what?
Yep, you're doing it. You're doing it.
By the way, something else we haven't touched on, a couple of little housekeeping things we got to take care of before we sign off, Eric. Website goes live Tuesday, Wednesday, right around then. They'll be putting it up live Monday. They said it can take 24 to 48 hours to actually boom for wherever the internet works. You know, I don't even understand the internet, Eric. It's somebody built it somewhere, but it'll go live. You'll be able to find us. We'll talk more about that coming up on the weekend. And on Monday's show, I guarantee it, we'll do a complete deep dive into the new website, what it offers you. And because of the launch of the website and the fact, how many subscribers do we have, Eric?
We currently have, if I'm not mistaken, 257. Let me refresh it. 257 is our subscribers.
So that means coming up next week with the launch of our website, our first giveaway. We've got the Logan Webb Creamsicle Tuesday edition. You'll have it if you're in the Bay Area and you win. If we happen to get lucky and give it away Monday, you'll have it in time for Tuesday's game.
Yeah, that's right.
You'll be able to wear it. Creamsicle night.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, I'll be wearing my Creamsicle Wilmer Flores next week.
Yep.
You can wear yours. We're giving it away, Eric. And then later on, hopefully not too distant future, we'll be giving away a Bonds jersey. Got 2 Bonds jerseys. We're going to have tickets to give away. We get all kinds of giveaways. We just have been getting the show rolling. So we're trying to get some people to subscribe, like the channel, build up our chat. And then we're going to start dishing out some fun-filled giveaways before the end of the season, too.
Original Crap wants to know, do we ship it? Yeah, we'll ship it, right?
Geez, I'll pony up the shipping if I have to. Right.
Well,
the only way but how do you, it's a double whammy. How do you qualify? You've got to become a fan of our show by subscribing. And then what you do, once you're subscribed, the whole sabermetrics of this internet, it knows that you've subscribed somehow. And then it tells our email, there'll be an email link specially designed for the prizes on our website. You fill it out, and if you have already subscribed, it'll shoot your entry over to us. We put them all in the big hat or whatever we do. That's one thing I want. Do you ever see fans, Eric, have the great big hat? Have you ever seen a big hat? I want a big hat. There was a kid at the game the other night had a big hat.
How about the big glove?
Geez, he had a head like Beetlejuice, and he had this hat on. I mean, it kept falling in. I'm like, geez, you gotta he had to have a stick.
Hey, right on, Brent Henley. Thank you, sir. Brand new subscriber. He is number 258. When the website goes live, Brent. When the website goes live, Brent, all you got to do is go to the website when it's up, enter the contest, and then you enter your chance to win a brand new Logan Webb Creamsicle jersey.
Right on, Will. Where's Original Crap from?
I have no idea. I think it's the Sacramento area. I think it's the Sacramento area.
I'll pay the shipping, but we'll get it to one way or another. We're getting him his jersey if he wins. Original says, can you put out the Twitter again?
There you go. Again, thank you, Brent, for the subscribe. Much appreciated, buddy.
Or if you simply go on the Twitter and you search for Giants Sports Talk Live, take you to our site. We got a Twitter page. We're on Facebook. We got the website. I'm really excited about the new page coming next.
Yeah, that website's going to come along really nice.
Want to show them the new website, the start page?
Yeah, let me do that.
Hold on. We tweaked it today. We tweaked it. Can't, because of contractual agreements with the people building it. They said you can't You can't launch it. And I think that means we're not even supposed to be showing it, but I figure I paid for it, Eric. I'm able to show it if I want.
Yeah, there you go. Hold on.
When you go online, we'll give you the address coming Monday, and you'll be able to check out our website. It's interactive. It's going to have a whole lot of things on there that you can take part in.
There you go.
Yeah. See, they added Oracle Park to the background. I thought that was
Yeah,
nice.
that looks nice. Here, I could do this. Here, how about there we go. How
Scroll
about
a little
that?
bit. There you go.
There
Little
you-
teaser.
Look at that. Coming along nicely.
Who's that handsome guy with the hat on wearing number 29 hat? I talked to my tailor. All I had clean was a pink shirt that day. Pink shirt.
Doesn't quite go with the black and or the orange and black.
My wife says to me, "Look at Eric. He looks proud. He looks like he's his grade 12 photo and he's got his giant shirt." Actually, I said Eric looks like he's in grade 12 in that photo. Somewhat clean shaven. He's got the Giants hat. Is that a pin in your hat?
No, that's the SF on the side.
I thought is that stitched?
The G and then it's stitched. Yeah.
And then you got a nice Giants shirt.
Look at that.
And then you got me in there. I just rolled out of bed, threw on a hat, and I got a pink shirt on. Well, I guess when you're paying for the whole operation.
Yeah, hey, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter.
Hey, you look good to me.
Oh man.
My God. Hey, you know what? Eric
Yeah,
is
it's different with the headphones.
Brent says, you look like a rock and roller.
You are a rock and roller.
No,
right?
I got my hair cut just recently, right? My hair was.
Yeah, your hair used to be way longer. Yeah.
I had to, when I'd go on other shows, I had to tie it up in a ponytail. It was, and you know what happened was, we had that hot stretch about 6 weeks ago, Eric.
Yeah.
You know how hot it got up in Galt.
Oh,
you're in the Bay Area, man. It was. I said that. I woke up one day and I had almost a nervous break. I go, that's it. I'm getting a haircut. And Bernice is like, I know. She's been begging me to get a haircut. So, yeah, I hadn't had a haircut in like 4 years there.
Boxer wants to know when I'm going to do MHC. How about, let's see. Because we do 1 hour shows on weekends. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it. Roku. Oh, that's great. Looks like a narc in high school. Like 21 Jump Street. Oh, man, that's pretty good.
Well, I look like I'm doing the post-game interview in a Sharks game, and I'm the player. I told you I've gone to a few events. Two young ladies chased me around the national convention 3 years ago or 2 years ago. They thought I was Yarmer Yager.
They thought you were Yager?
And I kept saying, I'm not Yarmer Yager.
No,
okay,
Rox,
and then they followed me around longer.
My hair doesn't grow out; it grows up.
Oh yeah, you look like a chia.
It goes up, and then when it gets enough weight, then it starts falling down.
Eric the chia pet. Talk about catfishing with those pictures. Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe tomorrow, Boxer. Maybe after the post game, we'll see.
Hey, I did talk to John Miller. He says, Glenn, have you ever spoken to John Miller? Yes, I have. John Miller. John Miller used to be the voice of the California Golden Seals Hockey Club in the NHL. And they, one of my neighbors just down the street, he played for the team. So we got talking one time about that. John Miller, what a legendary voice he is, Eric.
Yep, absolutely, man. He's in the Hall of Fame for a reason, right?
Oh, man, he's still, to me anyway, he's still the best, Eric.
Yeah, he's
what
great.
About you?
Yeah, he's great, man.
You a fan?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Big fan? In fact, if you are patient enough with me, and I quickly do this, get my fingers walking.
I tell you what, while you do that, if you guys got nothing going on September 1st, check it out. There we go. It's September 1st. If you guys got nothing going on, come join us at the park. You can meet us before the game starts. We'll be over there by the Coke bottle. That seems to be the best place to meet up everyone, right?
That's right. And Eric's buying, so it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a real hootenanny. And they asked their
hey, look at that.
There he is.
Look at that. That's cool.
There's me and Johnny. Guess
Nice.
who else I met that day, Eric? Guess who else I was hanging out with on that particular afternoon? I just happened to book. I happened to book the same. Geez, you're going to call me a stalker. I happened to book the same floor at the same hotel.
Oh, imagine that. Oh, dear gosh. Imagine that.
Like you again. Now he goes,
Oh, my God.
Hey, Glenn, how you doing? Yeah, we become he was
Best
really
friends.
he was excited because look what I got around my neck.
Yeah, look at that. You guys
I
are
wear a-
besties, man.
I wear a Wilmer Flores card. I had the Wilmer Flores jersey. He signed the jersey.
That's
And,
awesome, though. That
yeah,
is
he's
awesome.
a pretty cool dude. Good looking guy, too. Good looking guy. Eric, coming up tomorrow afternoon, we'll be watching some baseball. It's over in Oakland. I'm going to be there. You're going to be watching on the tube, and that means we will have enough insight to do a show tomorrow night.
Yep.
8 o'clock right here on Giant Sports Talk Live. Before I go, I want to say hi to Wilda. Want to say hi to Steve. They listen over in Daly City. I ran into them while I was doing my grocery shopping today. They said, we're always watching, even though we don't like to, we're not big baseball fans. We just go in because it's entertaining, to say the least. So we got our regulars out there. Want to say hi to Addie. Daniel is there. Abraham, you know you guys are. Guy named Ed. Everybody out there, you guys are part of the show. We value your donation to our program. Without you guys, wouldn't be worth doing. We love the banter. Eric, love hanging out with you each night.
Oh, absolutely. As you stated so eloquently a couple of days ago, it's a Giant Sports Talk Live fraternity. There you go.
Oh, it's a fraternity. It's a few other things, but we'll talk about that later. I'm being well behaved today.
All right.
Language in check.
All right, guys. We will
All right, 8 o'clock.
see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Until then, woo!
Night, guys.
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.